with fantasy sports advice and entertainment from Adam Ronis and Dr. Roto on Scout Fantasy Sports, weekdays 7 a.m. Eastern. Then step up to the plate with former big league GM Jim Bowden, former MLB All-Star Cliff Floyd, and Craig Mish on SiriusXM Fantasy Baseball, weekdays at 9 a.m. Eastern, all on SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio, Sirius 210 XM87, and on your phone with the SiriusXM app. Joe Thomas and Brian Dunseth back in Los Angeles, and joined now by the youngest player to get a UEFA A coaching license, and it is Aiden Jonlich.
That's correct.
From
That's
Norway.
really good. You did well.
I couldn't do Jones, but I can get Aiden Jonlich.
Yeah, you're actually quite well, though, considering that no one, I think, in the world knows how to pronounce my name. So first time, excellent.
So I've told my dad was in the Marine Corps and also in high school.
Yeah.
Goes to Norway for an Arctic readiness exercise in Tromsø in January and February.
Oh,
it's above the Arctic Circle.
No, I know. I lived in Luleå, which was in Sweden. It's
minus 40 degrees gets up there. It's insane.
a lot of reindeer in the neighborhood.
Yeah, Santa lives there, I think.
That's true.
So, how do you get along this path to where at the age of 22 now you already have your UEFA A license?
Well, as any other kid, I loved playing soccer. Grew up playing in Norway. But I think at the age around 14, 15, I kind of realized, I love playing it, but there's so many other aspects to it. So I decided, after consulting with my dad, maybe I should start coaching. Did my first C license in Norway, the UEFA C license. I did a B license when I was 18. Simultaneously, I was studying and attending a football academy in Norway. So getting to do that as well and kind of still playing a bit, just at the academy level, but at the same time coaching a team and kind of gaining the skills I found necessary. Then at the age of 18, moved to England, to Southampton, to do my football studies degree there, a soccer coaching degree more specifically, in my third year now. But then I kind of realized, in order to be a bit different, I didn't want to do my CMB license in Norway. I kind of said, since my parents are from Bosnia, the Balkan area, and the Balkan area have been quite famous for, developing quite tactically, superior coaches, tactically excellent coaches, pioneers of the game. So I said to myself, I want to go there. I want to do my A license over there. And I did it, completed it successfully at the age of 21. And I'm, as far as I know at this point, the youngest one to gain the qualification.
I'm amazed at this. When I first read this story a couple weeks ago, it blew my mind. Because I'm about to turn 40 years old. I still don't know what I want to do with my life. I mean, how in the world at 15, 16, 17, 18 do you have an idea of what you want to do, then put a plan of attack together, but then have kind of the intestinal fortitude to drive yourself through and stick with it despite all of kind of the roadblocks that were put in your place?
Well, that's an excellent question to think about it. I don't know. I get that question quite often. Why? Why soccer? Why do you choose that so specifically? But I guess my love for the game started so early, and I had this burning passion. I just love watching it. I love experiencing it. And even when I was playing, I always loved, kind of correcting players and say, let's play this shit.
Figuring it out.
Even when I was watching a game at the age of 12, I was like, you know what? There's some sense. They're doing this, but why are they doing this? And I just kind of kept educating myself. And I got the right push from the right people at the right age, which was, really important. People recognize that this guy, he knows something, he has some talent. Let's give him the necessary push. That led to me doing the B license, so at such a young age. Same with my A license. But of course, I said there are roadblocks. There's still, some stigma, regarding.
I was just gonna the pushback.
Sure.
I would imagine there are a lot of guys saying, "This is a kid. He's got zero experience. Who does he think he is?"
Of course, there's going to be, there are always going to be people who are going to be saying that. But that is, to say I've been involved as a coach now for 8 years. So I've been coaching through various ages. At this moment, I'm working with the university back in Southampton. My mentors are coaches. We have a pro license coach who work within the Southampton FC Academy. So I'm learning from one of the best, in the area or in England. I'm a video scout for Wolverhampton FC. That means I scout players in Scandinavia and report back to them. So I'm already gaining quite experience from a young age. And I think there's a need for educated coaches in the game. There's a need because, if you were a good player, doesn't mean you're going to be necessarily a good coach, is it?
Great point.
You have to have, being a coach today, it's not about just being good on a pitch anymore. There's so much. It's so complex. You have to be psychologically prepared, sociologically prepared. Do you understand the players, why they act the way they act, how they feel? It's just not about going and putting the counts anymore. That's just the way it is.
You're 22 years old, and in theory, you get in charge of a team. how do you feel that that you relate to the older player?
That's what I was just, it's the
to,
first
to
thing in
get
my
to
mind.
that point and not only earn their respect, but in the sense of this is a guy who understands our perspective on the game.
I think, I'm young. I have a lot left to learn. Let's not, kid ourselves. I have a long way to go. There are pathways I need to go through, work my way through the academy systems, learn from people who are more experienced, who are willing to take me under the wing. And that's all I'm asking for. I'm not asking to be in charge or anything. I'm just asking, please give me the chance. Take me under your wing and teach me. I'm not saying I want to run that. No, I just want to get the opportunity to start somewhere, work my way up. And when that gets to it, I will gain the experience, gain more knowledge from my background, and be able to say, I know the game, I understand the game. Okay, I have a different perspective than that guy might have, but I might be more analytical, I might be better at when it comes to scouting, and I know how to translate what I've seen into the sessions better than someone else might.
Yeah.
So, different coaches.
You brought up two really interesting factors with where you're at currently. You talk about the education you're getting in Southampton and learning under the tutelage of one of the best from Southampton FC, but also kind of the scouting side. And I played underneath Walter Zenga here in the United States, so I know Wally really, really well. Right, wrong, or indifferent. It's got to be fascinating to be given these opportunities, recognize the chance that's given, but then the opportunity and the chance to execute on these chances going forward, especially for someone at your age.
Yeah, definitely, because they're going to be the publicity, and so it's going to lead to people always asking, this kid, he's a big deal, when the time comes to, is he going to show off?
Yeah.
And definitely, I'm doing what I can to prepare, learn. That's why I'm at this convention, luckily, I'm gaining the experience I have too. As I said, a lot left to learn. You just want to learn. I know there's an MLS draft for players, MLS clubs. If you're drafting for a coach, I'm sitting right here. Red polo shirt, black and red sweatshirt, So, please.
Have you thought about that? How you market yourself as this young coach, and as you said, get that team to just give you the chance to work with them?
Well, one of the reasons that's why I'm always over social media, Twitter, LinkedIn, trying to get myself out there. The university has supported me in every way they can, supporting me with everything I'm wearing here as well, just to represent my university. And as well, I'm aware of that. You just need to get the right chance. You need to get the chance. And what I'm saying once again is not asking for. I don't think it's asking for much, to be honest. It's just about someone just willing to say, what. This kid might have something. Let's at least give him a try to show, okay, let's see what he's got.
Yeah.
All right, interesting. His name is Eider Jonlic.
Aiden Jonlic, that is.
I had it the first time.
You were so good.
You were so good.
Eider Jonlic.
Oh, third time's the charm, well done.
There
That's
we go.
excellent, my friend.
Love it.
22 years old at 21, the
Thank you
first
very
UEFA A coaching license.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate a few moments here. We're getting into the international aspect of the game. We'll get better and better at all the names. Good luck, and hope we'll see you down the way. A young man who's been dubbed the mini Mourinho.
Oh.
No expectations.
No expectations.
No
No.
So
worse things to be called.
And we appreciate you for joining us here on SiriusXM FC. This wraps up Counterattack here. We need to thank a number of people who have been on the show here today. Tab Ramos, U.S. Under-20 coach.